Yeah, too.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Silent Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. About to raise the bar, wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk, Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar, we about to raise the bar. Wild card bar.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's time to raise the bar. It's Taco Tuesday. We're going to raise that Taco Tuesday bar. Shout out to the homie Beast Mode Bones. Listen here, sir. We don't have time for your foolishness, your ignorance, and your niggerosity. None of that right now. All right, sir? You can keep all that niggatry to yourself. All right? Do me a favor at that. No, but shout out to Boney, homie, man. Y'all tap in with me, Beast Mode Bones, every Friday when we drop the Inward Thinkers podcast. He got to be a real right now.
Him of all people with his niggatry, he's mad as hell about not too late start times. Like that's just crazy coming from him of all people.
First of all, I'm surprised he's up because that nigga runs like his full-time job is taking care of the kids pretty much.
That's true. He's a stay-at-home husband, I'm sure.
Like that's pretty much his job is taking care of the kids and making sure he don't go insane. And
yeah,
acting like, this is so late at night.
I know his wife's letting him up this late.
I know, right? He said looking like shawarma Saturday. That is crazy.
That's funny as hell.
Hey, that is crazy. But hey, man, we got a lot to talk about. Yes, now I know what the headlines say. Football summit. Yes, we're going to talk a lot of football because Randy has his mock. We're going to focus on that. Some other headlines that's coming at the NFL. We'll talk about that. But we're going to talk about some sports because obviously, basketball's in full swing. Baseball's going. I got to talk. Israel Adesanya just had his fight. I think, never mind. We'll save it for that. But without further ado, let's get down to business because my man Randy has his mock draft and we got a lot to cover when it comes to that. We're going to cover the first 2 rounds. We're going to try to fly through it as best as possible, folks. But y'all know how we do. If there's something, a conversation that needs to be had, something that's polarizing when it comes to the draft, we're going to have a conversation about it. And hey, if we're going to have to go in depth about it, it is what it is. But without further ado, I present to you the Randy O'Weber, wrong one, mock draft, because here we have round 1 right here. There's no need for discussion on pick 1, is there? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think.
Yeah. There are some people out there who think that the Raiders should trade down. I think that'd be insane, and it's just not worth talking about. They won't do it. They shouldn't do it. They're taking Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah. All right. No need for the discussion at pick 1. I think, but I will say this. This is when the shit show really starts right here in this year's draft for me. And I think most people are probably assuming the same thing. It's because pick 1 is a shoo-in. Now, if they trade away the pick, that's some real Raider shit. All right, I'm just being for real. It's trade away that number 1 overall pick. And you better get a haul back for it. But we'll see. But no, without further ado, for the rest of the draft that really actually matters past pick 1, Take it away, Randy.
All right. So the Jets take David Bailey, edge rusher. The Cardinals take, and this one we're going to end up talking a lot about, Ty Simpson, back at 3. We're going to talk about it. Titans take Ruben Bain, edge rusher from Miami. Robert Saleh, it's going to be salivating when they see him on the board. My Giants take wide receiver from Ohio State, Carnell Tate.
Love that for you guys.
Cleveland Browns take Francis Mauigoa, offensive tackle. Washington Commanders take linebacker / kinda edge sometimes on weekends, Arvell Reese. The New Orleans Saints take wide receiver Mekhi Lemon. Your Kansas City Chiefs take cornerback Mansour Delane. Bengals take linebacker Sonny Styles. Now, before we go through the rest of this, do you have any thoughts on the top 10?
Yeah, there's a name that's really sitting out there, literally floating out the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, there's no love for love at all in this mock draft in that top 10, and that is shocking. Obviously, 9 and 10 makes sense why he wouldn't go there now, because both of those teams are dressed in running back needs, taking the top 2 running backs off the free agency market. So I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had conversations before. The fact that he made it past top 10 is crazy. And come on, man, Ty Simpson getting all that kind of love, shooting up and becoming a top 5 pick is crazy work.
Okay.
It's crazy work.
All right. So first, let me make clear that this is a what teams should do mock draft, not a what teams will do mock draft. Second of all, so I'll address Love and then I'll address Ty. For Love, I've said before on this podcast, I've said it for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
None of the teams in the top 10 have any business taking a running back. They might do it, but none of them should. The running back is the last piece of a building team. If any of those teams take Jeremiah Love, he's immediately going to be paid the most of any running back in the NFL. And for a rebuilding team, which all of them are, a team that has a ton of needs, hence why they're picking as high as they are.
Shit ton of needs.
They have no business investing that much in a running back. It's just like, yes, he's a great player. He might be the best pure player in this entire draft, but positional value is a thing. It does matter. We saw Ashton Genty might have been the best player in last year's draft. Like there was a legitimate argument for him being. And meanwhile, the offensive line was so bad that it didn't matter. Like he struggled most of the year. He played as well as he could behind garbage, but he was behind garbage. And you put him behind the offensive lines of pretty much any of these teams, he's going to struggle a ton because they're outside of none of them. None of these teams have good offensive lines. The Jets have an okay one, but like outside of that, but they're not taking a running back. No. So you have to.
I know, right?
Thank you, Bones. Thank you. And I want to see what he says about the Saints pick, actually, because I know that he commented on that. I know that's his.
First of all, Bones is not going to know what the hell you're talking about at the Saints pick, yeah, right? He has no idea.
All right? Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah.
He ain't got no idea.
Yeah, so none of the rebuilding teams with a ton of needs and bad O-lines have any business picking a running back that high. It's just poor process. And then once you get later, none of the teams need one. Like the only teams that need one from that point are the Cowboys, but they also have no defense. They got 1,200 yards out of Javonte Williams, who's coming back. So it's certainly not their first need. And then, like, basically, the Vikings, who are the ones that end up taking him, are the next team that actually needs a running back. And they have so many spots filled and such a well-built roster at this point that they can get away with it. They have a revamped O-line. Their defense is loaded. Now, they've possibly fixed their quarterback issue. And their pass-catching group is great. So if any team's going to take a running back, it's a team like that. And so that's why I have them taking Jeremiah Love.
I hear you.
Now, as far as Ty Simpson,
Yeah, you know you got to talk about that. Come on, man.
My positional value swings both ways. You have a quarterback in Ty Simpson. Now, there are lots of issues with Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson has not played a lot of games. That's the biggest red flag on him. It is not common for a quarterback who hasn't played that many games to end up being good in the NFL. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
He also struggled in the second half of the year. I also get that. He also is like a regular sized guy and not like a football player sized guy. So I get all of that. However, the problem, are you telling me anybody drafted Ohio State wide receiver
This
going to lose? That's the opposite of true. That's crazy.
Must be a Michigan guy.
Yeah, it must be a Michigan guy. Have you seen any of the Ohio State wide receivers ever?
Because right now, if you don't get a wide receiver from Ohio State, you get it from LSU. And those are like the top schools right now that are just pro wide receivers.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, I think those are all problems with Ty Simpson. But Ty Simpson was QB1 for large parts of last year off of a really small sample size. I think the whole Dan Orlovsky conversation that he started, and he's a clown. He's been trying to push for the Giants to take Jeremiah Love. I don't think all of his opinions are great, but he knows some things, and people do care about his opinion. I think that talk is going to put it in their minds. It's not worth losing out on him. We still do recognize him as a first round quarterback, even if it's a late first round quarterback. And the Cardinals don't pick again. So by the time, if you know you need a quarterback, you recognize there's a lot of pluses. He did make NFL throws, and he was banged up during the time that he struggled. Do you want to risk him getting past the Dolphins, the Jets again, the Browns, the Rams, and the Steelers to get back to you? I don't know if you are willing to take that risk. So I think it makes sense to just take him. Just take swings. You'll never get anywhere if you don't take a swing on a quarterback.
Man, Ty Simpson third overall I still am like, oh.
I know, I get it, but I get it, but it's like if you don't know what the class is going to look like next year.
I hear you, but like there's a lot of talent coming out next year at quarterback. I mean, hey, you boy Manning, that's his name right there. Right? Arch. And I get how people can feel how they feel about Arch. I get what he's saying, but his last name's Manning. He will be going in the top 5. All right.
Yeah. There's a good chance he will go first overall.
Yeah.
Especially unless he absolutely shits the bed. But are you going to be first overall to get him? The Jets have 3 first-round picks, and they still need a quarterback. And are you getting Dante Moore? Like, how high do you expect to pick? And then Dante Moore was also. Here's the thing: last year, everyone was like, "This quarterback class sucks," with Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, and it was everyone else. And then Shedeur Sanders ended up going in the 5th round, and then it was just Cam Ward. And then Jackson Dart ended up being the best quarterback among them, but people didn't expect that. But they were like, next year is going to be great. You're going to get Drew Aller. You're going to get Garrett Nussmeier. You're going to get Cade Klubnik. What happened to any of those guys?
Yeah.
It ended up being Mendoza, and then that was it. So I don't think you can just always bank on next year being better, especially if you're not in a position like the Jets are with an insane amount of draft capital. I think sometimes you just need to take a swing.
Nah, I feel you. Here's that I guess situation that puts you in when you're a franchise that just let go of your quarterback that you put a lot of money in. You drafted him high, first overall, and it just didn't pan out, and you're stuck in a situation you couldn't even get any value back to trade for him, so you just release him outright. And now you're stuck with a big hole in your quarterback room that needs to get filled. And don't get me wrong, Jacoby Brissett is your bridge quarterback, but And trust me, I understand what your thought process 100% of getting Ty Simpson. You don't want to miss out on the second best quarterback in this draft. I mean, by far, he's the second best. But I just, for me, the gap between Mendoza and Ty Simpson for me is so wide that the drop off is kind of like, well, damn, to settle at Ty Simpson and then get him at 3 for me is an overreach. Now, if you're talking about second and third round, I'd rather take that gamble because I can't. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's very unlikely that he'll end up in the second round. If I thought that, I would say do that.
Oh no, without a doubt. And just like you said, there's a team, like you said, with the Jets. Yes, they get Geno Smith, but they're still, you can't tell me that they're not looking for still a quarterback for the future. You know what I'm saying? So if he's sitting there by the time they come around, whether they're in the back end of the first or early in the second, they'll snatch him quick. So I'm with you on that.
Right. And also, we also do have to, I think, remind people, Tom Brady was taken in the 6th round. Jamarcus Russell was taken 1st overall.
Yeah.
The scouts are wrong sometimes.
They are.
and they focus a lot on traits sometimes rather than actual ability to play. And, Ty is not the traitsiest guy, but he looked really good for the first half of the season.
Now, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Ty Simpson is the second best quarterback in this draft class, period. Don't do that. Let's not.
Y'all think Garrett Nussmeier is better than him?
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. All right. There's a huge, for me, obviously Fernando Mendoza is in a class of his own, reason why he's going 1st overall. And I think there's a drop off between him and the rest of the quarterbacks in this class. Point blank, period. But if you're going to get a quarterback, because nobody's going to get Fernando Mendoza but the Raiders. All right. Unless you come up with a miraculous way to finesse the Raiders out of that pick to get Mendoza, is not happening. All right.
No.
Period. So that's just what it is. All right. Ty Simpson is the best option, not named Fernando Mendoza. And just because he plays a position that is of high importance raises his stock. And he doesn't. I think we can both agree he's not a 3rd overall pick. We can both agree that.
Yeah, I agree. From like a pure talent perspective, I think there are more talented people there.
He's a 3rd overall pick out of necessity.
Yeah. The quarterback position is the most important position. That's just what it is.
And that's just what it is.
Yeah. And so just before we get to the rest of it, my also thought process, most people have Bain over Bailey. Most people have Reese going to the Jets. My reasoning for that order is this edge class is very weird, where like all of the 1st round adjacent edges have some sort of weird asterisk next to them, except for David Bailey. So I think David Bailey is the guy, if you want a safe pick without historically short arms or without a very few snaps as an edge rusher. Most people are saying Arvil Reese is going to be a linebacker. He's not like Micah Parsons or Abdul Carter or Jalen Walker, where they had a lot of edge experience too. He doesn't have that much. So I think the safest choice is Bailey, then Bain, then Reese. And that's why the edges go in that order.
Hey, my man, there's 32 jobs. Do you know how hard it is to find a quarterback in the NFL?
It's real.
So
a lot of teams do not have their clear franchise guy. Even the ones who have them under contract aren't sure that they have a franchise guy.
What times you're going to fail at getting your quarterback? It's just hard to find them.
Yeah, but you got to take swings.
It's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Mahomes don't grow on trees, bro. I mean, first of all, and Josh Allen had to develop to be a Josh Allen.
That's true.
Josh Allen was not good coming out. No, he was not. What you see now was he's not a finished product. All right.
Yeah. And speaking of like misses at quarterback, Lamar Jackson went at the bottom of the 1st, and that was an obvious miss because he had just won the Heisman.
And failed the 1st round.
Right, but like scouts are wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's why you just take swings anyway.
And that's why I'm not giving you that much pushback on the Ty Simpson pick, because it's like, you know what, damn it, when you got nothing at quarterback, you just take a swing. You got nothing. Because Jacoby Brissett he knows He's not a long-term solution. So, and to your question, will Fernando Mendoza win Rookie of the Year? Well, I mean, because he plays quarterback, he'll be a favorite.
Yeah, he has an uphill battle with the team that he'd have to bring along. But with the moves they made in free agency, we'll see if they have a good draft too out after Mendoza. We'll see. He's gonna need help.
I don't know what NFL you watching, bro. I hear what you're saying. Say improve your team, you get the best player. But when you have nothing at quarterback, you get a quarterback.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, like people take best player available as like they don't really think about what it means. Like best player available is not anything. Like it's a tautology, right? Like it doesn't really. We don't really even know who the best player is yet. We haven't even seen them play in the NFL. But it's not about getting the like quote unquote best player. It's about getting the player that adds the most value to your team.
Yes.
And there's an intersection between best and
value.
What they raise on your roster.
Yeah.
Right? Like Jeremiah Love might be the best player in this draft. But if like the reason why I've been hammering that the Giants should not take him despite that is because we already have a top 5 rushing unit. Like it's just the added value of adding him doesn't raise the overall team average value much. But if you take Carnell Tate and you're taking throws away from Darius Slayton, that's a huge jump up. Yeah. So
I hear you. Yeah. So interesting top 10. Interesting top 10 for sure. Another one that you pick 11. I was actually surprised that he slipped out the top 10 when you finished your top 10. But go through picks 11 through 20. Go ahead.
All right. So Caleb Downs for the Dolphins, Ohio State safety. 12, Jermon McCoy, cornerback. I originally, because of him missing all of last year and him missing the combine, I thought that he was going to slip similar to the way that Will Johnson did last year, despite him being the consensus best corner last year because of his injuries. But he had an awesome pro day today. And so I waited until after that to move him back up. So I think he's going here. Spencer Fano, tackle / guard / center, goes to the LA Rams. Baltimore Ravens get wide receiver Jordan Tyson. Buccaneers get Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher.
I like that.
The Jets, with their second pick, get Avion Terrell. And by the way, just to the whole one more thing for the whole Ty thing, I would have been willing for the Jets to take Ty at 2. That's how much I think that this matters. The only reason I didn't is because in their case, they have 3 firsts, so it's not worth reaching for a quarterback. They're sure they can get their guy next year.
No rush.
Exactly.
They know they're gonna suck ass. Can we be honest? Just know they're gonna suck ass. All right.
Yeah, they're gonna suck ass because they're the Jets. That's the thing they do.
I mean, they know they're trash, and
they got Geno Smith.
And with all these first round and second rounds, and a lot of picks in the first 100 picks.
Yeah,
a lot of picks in the first.
Yeah, and they're smart enough to tank like grown-ups, so they'll get their guy.
Tank like a real man, bitch.
Yeah. 17 offensive tackle / guard Caden Proctor. Number 18 running back Jeremiah Love for the Vikings. 19 offensive tackle Monroe Freeling for the Panthers, and then 20 with the Cowboys' second pick safety Dylan Thieneman. Do you have any thoughts on any of those? We already went over Jeremiah Love. I don't know if you vehemently disagree or if you want to talk about any of these other ones.
I thought that mock went pretty well. Obviously, the Panthers getting offensive line help makes sense. Same with the Lions. They need it. They got some guys. I love the pick that you did for the Buccaneers, getting some edge rush. I think the only thing I was shocked was Caleb Downs getting to 11 because I think he is so dynamic. For him to get to 11 was shocking.
He's a great player. It's just between the lack of positional value and also the degenerative knee concerns, it's like there's so much talent that's in the top 10. Someone had to get pushed out, and that's just his reason.
Best player in media is always QB, which is wrong. What I mean, that's the media. I mean, I guess we're considered media because we're podcasts, but we don't operate like ESPN, FS1, and none of them. Best player to us is like Randy said, what fits your scheme, what fits your team. When you come up to your pick, the best player available is the one that you have on your board that is at the top of it, and if he's not available, you go to the next one. And that's, to me, that's best player available because you have already scouted what players fit your scheme, offense or defensively. And so if they're there, that's the best player available. You get them.
Right. Who raises your team the highest?
He has to raise your team stock. If he doesn't, he's not your best player available. All right. He's just another guy on the board. And not everybody should look. There's 32 teams that operate 32 different ways because there's 32 different general managers. Whatever their philosophy they believe in, that's what they believe in. It's us. We're content creators here to nitpick it. We're just here to say we like it or we don't. I mean, we're not in those rooms. We don't get paid those millions of bucks like these general managers to make these decisions. I wish we could, because there's times where, and I'm not saying we know better than them, but there are times where I'm like,
sometimes we know better than them.
Sometimes we might not.
I as a longtime Giants fan, sometimes we know better.
Better Russell Wilson or Drew Brees overall career? Drew Brees. It's not even a question. I will say this. I will take Russell Wilson's deep throw of the football over Drew Brees.
Yeah, although that one's even close. Drew Brees did have a nice deep ball, but I would agree with that.
I would kind of take Russell Wilson's deep throw. That it's like the perfect drop. It's like bloop, and it drop right in the bread basket. So he said, "Y'all wildin', man. Y'all taking tired too." Hey, first of all, you in New York. If you in New York, you should be used to all types of scenarios because y'all deal with all types of scenarios as a New York fan base.
I'm assuming this guy's a Jets fan because of how mad he got at that and him saying New York City.
He gotta be. Come on. Hey, Sound Mark. Hey, it's all good, dog. It's a mock. This ain't real. All right. But it's a real possibility what could happen for your sorry ass Jets fans.
Look, I'm just saying, like, Ty's been moving up and down boards like crazy. The Dan Orlovsky thing has definitely gotten into some people's heads. It could happen.
Hold on, time out before we continue this. Anybody who takes any quarterback advice from Dan Orlovsky, I cannot trust you. I can't trust you. I can't trust anybody that trusts the man that ran out the back of the end zone. I can't trust anybody that trusts the man who trusts a man that ain't worth a damn, never been worth a damn, don't know how he even got to Division I football, don't know how he even got drafted to NFL football, and I don't even know how in the hell Disney World, Mickey Mouse, ESPN thought that this buffoon who could run out the back of the end zone thought that his expertise in quarterbacking was the best person to go reach out for. I don't know what the hell they was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Tell him. Tell him with your whole chest.
Cause it's crazy, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I'm just saying, if you think that the Giants should sprint in the card for Jeremiah Love, I stop listening to your draft opinions. That's.
Hey man, look. And I'll give you credit because you talked me off that Jeremiah Love bridge to the Giants a few weeks ago because I was like, you got some points. Because I think they underutilized Tracy. I think Singletary, he's all right. He's another player on the roster. And then, of course, Stadaboo brought so much juice to the New York area. They're going to give that man every opportunity to lose the job. So, to be honest. So
yeah, no, 100%. And how much money you could save paying them instead of Jeremiah Love with the production you're already getting from them. It's just not worth it.
Oh, yeah, because first of all, if you get Jeremiah Love, it puts you guys right back in the same situation that it did with Saquon. It's going to put you back in the same money situation where he's going to force you guys to make another decision, whether to keep him, pay him, or hopefully not just let him walk out the door again, but it will put you in that same situation. Yeah, at least do something. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy. So
Any
that,
thoughts on any of these others before we move on
Yeah.
to the rest of the first?
go ahead. Picks 21 for the rest of the first. Go ahead.
All right, so 21. So I have this as a common theme for the Steelers. They miss out on Ty Simpson, and I think they should do what they should have done many drafts ago, which is continuously trade down to get a haul for next year so you could trade up and get your quarterback. Because if you're going to be about 500-ish anyway, you're going to need to trade up. So they trade down with the Texans. The Texans go and get the best guard in the draft.
They need.
Build up that O-line. I know they made some really good free agency moves that we didn't talk about when I did my free agency ranking, but really smart moves, getting Evan Brown and Wyatt Teller and Braden Smith and all them. But they still have a lot of work to do on that. So they get Vega Ioane, guard, best guard. Chargers get another guard, Emmanuel Pregnant, after being sniped for Vega, which I'm sure they're not happy looking at that. But Emmanuel Pregnant was graded as the best guard in college last year. I think a lot of people have him in the second round. I think he's a first round guy. Absolute monster guard. Eagles take edge TJ Parker from Clemson. Browns take wide receiver / gadget do-it-all guy Casey Concepcion.
I like him.
Yeah. Bears take defensive tackle / sometimes edge Peter Woods. Bills take wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana, the championship team. Get a little championship blood into that organization. Maybe some goodwill there.
Yeah.
Put him next to DJ Moore. The 49ers finally take some Trent Williams insurance in Caleb Lomu,
which they need because Trent's getting up there in age, and hell, they still haven't even figured out his contract situation yet. Still, so
right. So they can always have him play next to Trent Williams at guard, and then when Trent Williams is out, move him over to tackle. Yep. Good way to help develop slowly. The Steelers got to 28, but they trade down again. The Patriots move up. I know that they got Romeo Doubs, but that wide receiver room could still use some help after Stephon Diggs not keeping him, whatever ends up happening with him. They get Denzel Boston. Boston isn't his name. The man has to be a Patriot.
That's crazy, bro.
And also they sniped their rival Dolphins for a wide receiver after they lost Jalen Waddle. So they could be a little spiteful there. Your Chiefs with their second pick get...
I love that.
Yeah, tight end Kenyon Sadiq, eventual Travis Kelce pupil, who then takes his place when Kelsey's ready to go be a house husband. Chris, Dolphins do get another wide receiver. They get Chris Bell. I know that Chris Bell had the ACL. I still think that he's a first round guy. A 230-pound wide receiver like him. I think you take you take the risk there. The Steelers finally do take a pick. I kind of went BPA with them since I'm still maintaining the strategy of trading down. I had them take Emmanuel McNeil-Warren as Minka Fitzpatrick replacement. They could have also gone O-line, but the board just kind of didn't fall that way. And then the Seahawks take the edge with the historically smallest arms in the combine, but an awesome player, awesome pass rusher, Cassius Howell, because people need to get over his arms.
Yeah, they do, but I'm actually surprised you got Cassius going that high. And I'm surprised you got the Seahawks taking them because they need a running back. I'm surprised that you had them go taking Price.
Price is not. I don't. Price isn't the first round guy in my opinion.
I hear you, but
and the positional value is not there. They could get a running back in day 3.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, but no, I think Cassius Howell's an awesome player. It was one of the best pass rushers in college. They do need an edge also. So I have them going edge, and then spoiler, I have them going corner in the second round as the Reek Woolen replacement. And yeah, they can get any running back in day 3 and be fine.
Yeah, and I guess the same applies to the cornerback because I think the cornerback is room is pretty deep too. So you don't
It's
have
like Jeremiah Love's like here, and then like everyone else is down there. So once you get to
to.
down there, it's like just take whoever.
On potential, yes, I think there's a huge gap. But if you look at how Notre Dame is running their system, Price wasn't no scrub.
No, he wasn't. I don't think he's not a bad player.
No. But I obviously Jeremiah Love is the elite of the running back room. Yes, we understand it. But what I'm saying is, if you get Price, say third round, like you said, if somebody gets him there, or if somebody even goes up and snatches him at the second, I can understand why. Because you're like, well, if you use that same concept of second best at that position, he's it. So like, and if you need it. But it goes back to the conversation that we've always had, whether it was tonight or even weeks prior. Slots or spots that most people are looking for running back are slim. So a lot of people, they're not going to, there's no need to rush and go get them. No need to rush and go get a running back when not a lot of teams need it, and you don't need to,
Yeah, I think that the next running back is going to get off the board in the third round. Maybe not day 3, the third round, but like that's where Price would likely go, because at that point it's like, well, I'm getting a developmental running back anyway.
That's fair.
Which already has such low positional value as it is.
No, that's a fair assessment. I dig that. Let's get into round 2. All right, let's go through the first 10 picks of round 2. Kick it off, my brother.
All right, so Jets take defensive tackle Caden McDonald, best run defender in football last year from Ohio State. The Cardinals do get their right tackle to protect Ty Simpson and Blake Miller from Clemson. Plug and play starter. Okay. The Tennessee Titans I know that they brought in Cordell Flott, but I don't think they're done adding to the corner room, especially after cutting L'Jarius Sneed. Yeah. So they take local Tennessee cornerback Colton Hood. The Raiders take Caleb Banks to be their replacement for Wilkins.
I hate that.
I'm sure.
Because Banks is a big man, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, it has what I think was the best measurements of any defensive tackle ever. It's just the injuries that led to him falling this far. But, yeah, I'm so sorry to do that to Patrick. My Giants go again. I really wanted the Giants to get Emmanuel Pregnon, but I do think he's a first-round guy. But I'll settle for the linebacker that won the Butkus Award and had one of the best linebacker seasons ever in Jacob Rodriguez.
Tackling machine, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. For our run defense, it'll be very sweet.
Don't forget. Don't you do remember? And obviously, I'm not talking about you, but NFL fans, you do remember what if Jacob Rodriguez goes to the Giants? You know what he gets to run behind. You know what's in front of him that gets just literally he's going to open up lanes for him or just run like a crazy madman. Like he has one of the best run. The Giants, if they get Jacob Rodriguez, first of all, I already love. Even last year, I know the proof's not in the stats and in the production, but look, I don't care what nobody says. Giants got one of the best put together front sevens on defense in the last 2 years. That's just me.
Yeah.
And I don't in draft wise. Now there's one thing they ain't fucked that up. Right, is drafting that front seven. They ain't messed that up. They know how to draft the front seven on the defense. Everywhere else is a question mark. They ain't never messed that up. Yeah.
So imagine putting this guy next to Tremaine Edmonds now behind all that.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I had to do it. Let's see. Max Ihanicher, I think is pronounced, right tackle to the Texans. Texans just using this draft to build that offensive line again. Trent Bounds not getting any younger. I think he's only on a 1-year deal at this point. So, get some insurance there. Browns also adding to the offensive line, take Chase Pasantis. Your Chiefs taking Missouri edge rusher Zion Young. I know you like that.
It's my dog. Hey.
Uh-huh.
Hey, he's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, the talent is high. He's a first round talent, but he has a 7th round attitude, and he's because he's even gotten in trouble with Missouri. Sometimes doesn't make the right decisions. Can get you a personal foul on a game or time or two. It's happened. Cost the team to have a 3 and out, and now they got to stay on the field, extend the drive because he got a stupid personal foul. It's happened, but I know that he is going. If he comes to Kansas City, we got the coaching staff to get the right discipline with him because the talent is there. It's can he not be a knucklehead?
Right. And I mean, he has the off-field stuff
Yeah.
that's probably also part of it with the DWE.
That's part of the whole knucklehead part of him.
Right. But that's never stopped the Chiefs from drafting someone before. So,
and it's never stopped majority of the NFL teams. And it'll stop. It'll kill his draft stock, but it ain't gonna stop him from making a team because once they get him in the roster or get him in training camp, and like, I can't say no. But sure, he has a problem.
yeah. Bengals take Michigan edge rusher Derek Moore as Trey Hendrickson replacement. The Saints take edge rusher Gabe Yakis, former amateur wrestler. I really like him. He's one of my guys in this draft. Saints get him. Adding to the secondary again, the Dolphins get cornerback from San Diego State, Chris Johnson. The Jets finish their multiple draft picks with wide receiver Jeremy Bernard to put next to Garrett Wilson. The Ravens get run blocking specialist guard Jennings Dunker. Perfect fit, I think, with the run blocking, especially for a team like Baltimore. Buccaneers get linebacker CJ Allen as a replacement for Levante David. The Colts get quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, and I'm sure.
Whoa!
I don't know if you want to stop this reading there to talk about that one a little.
No, I'm gonna let that marinate. I want you to kick.
All right,
come back to that because I want that to marinate.
Okay, bet.
Because if me knowing you, I think I understand why you did that. But let's come back to that.
Yeah. All right. Falcons with their first pick take cornerback Keith Abney.
Now, right here, I absolutely love Keith Abney, the second as a cornerback. I'm hoping that he somehow can fall to the Chiefs, whether it's pick 40, the 3rd round, or somewhere in there, because I know we got 9, 29, and 40. If we pick them at pick 40, which is the 2nd round, but I hope he falls to us because that cornerback can play inside, he can play outside, he's versatile, he can come on the blitz, and he causes turnovers. He does everything that you ask for a corner, even tackles.
Yeah. He's an awesome prospect.
The only thing that kills him is he's going to be like, I think he's 5'10", 5'11". And so he's going to run into a problem when you run into these bigger receivers it's just the height disparity is just obvious, and it's going to kill you sometimes because I've seen it with Trent McDuffie, and that's kind of the main reason why the Chiefs traded him away is because when you go against these bigger wide receivers, you're going to struggle. Just point blank period, because you physically can't do nothing when you're 5'10", 5'11", and he's 6'3". You can't do shit. All right, it's just point blank period, and that's when McDuffie would struggle. And he was one of the better corners in the league, and still is. But when you got a big receiver going up against him, you know, you get your Devontae Adams, 6'2". Can run routes like crazy, can get open, or you got some of these now 6'2", 6'3" receivers who are still running 4.3, sub 4.40 40s, and doing everything. Like, that's still tough to cover. And But no, that's probably his only knock I got against him. So I didn't mean to cut you off, but I saw that you actually had him going in the second round because I seen a lot of people projected him to be like a day 3 sleeper. But
Yeah, I think most that I've seen still have him in the second, but he is kind of in that weird range.
yeah,
Brandon Cisse, who I have taken later, I
yes,
is projected usually to go earlier because of the size and length. But
yes.
just not as good of a player
I
yet.
hear
Like,
you.
he's a
I hear you.
developmental guy. So that's why I think, like, if it were me, I'll like, let me take the guy who's good now, even if he's
Yes,
giving up like 2-3 inches more.
I hear you. I'm right there with you, Randy. I'm right
Yeah.
there with you. I'm right there. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you because, like, don't get me wrong. Cisse, I think raw talent. He can get handsy. He's going to get physical. So if you like, you're going to have to deal with the flags on the one-on-one occasion, man-to-man situations with him. He eventually will turn into a great cornerback, but like you said, when I got a guy like Abney, that's clearly, I think he's so polished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, like he gave up a passer rating of like 49 this past year. I think no 40. It was in the 40s this past year, and then 2 years ago he gave up one of 18. It wasn't in high sample sizes, but like this guy's good. He's really good.
Yeah.
There's another corner who's not here, who's even smaller, and D'Angelo Pons. And I have him going at day 3 because like the size does eventually matter. Like when you're 170 and like 5'8", like at a certain point, it's like, all right, come on. Like, but Abdi's not that small. I think he's fine. So Vikings take defensive tackle Christian Miller to replace Hargrave and Allen. Lions take edge rusher Malachi Lawrence to get Aiden Hutchinson some help. The Panthers take guy who I'm much lower on than apparently everybody else, Keldrick Falk.
Really?
Run defending edge, and we'll get into why when I guess we start talking about these. Green Bay Packers get cornerback Brandon Cisse, which you just talked about. Steelers trade down again, and they trade down so the Raiders can come up and get the next best offensive tackle in Caleb Tiernan, who I know is going a little higher than most people would expect him, but after him, it gets really bad with the tackles. Like Isaiah World's the next guy, and he's entirely a project. So, yeah. So sometimes you just got to get a guy who can play right now. Eagles take guard Kalen Rutledge, trying to get the offensive line back to where it was. Chargers take wide receiver Elijah Surratt, also from Indiana, also just won the Natty. Jaguars take defensive tackle Lee Hunter. Bears take safety AJ Halsey. 49ers take edge rusher deny Dennis Sutton. Texans finish their offensive line picks with center Sam Hesh. Bears immediately go for center as well with their Drew Dahlman replacement in Jake Slaughter. Rams go BPA and take Anthony Hill Jr. Broncos take tight end Eli Stowers. The Patriots take edge rusher Romello Height. And then to close it out, Seahawks take cornerback Keontae Scott, who's such a Devon Witherspoon clone. Like he plays so much at the line of scrimmage, just like him. Like it's just such an ideal fit.
All arms.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that they also need a corner with equal and replacement. I thought it was a perfect fit.
Yeah,
so
makes sense. Makes total sense.
Yeah, I know they love their versatile DBs to move around. Okay, so
and Scott takes the ball away too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does for sure. All right. So any very strong opinions on any of these?
I mean, obviously the no-brainer was the Garrett Nussmeier. And me knowing you, Randy, I'm thinking, and you can correct me when I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I think you're making this decision because we've already laughed at the fact that they already paid Daniel Jones.
Yes.
And we've already laughed at the fact that he held him hostage and they fell for the, same trick that he's already game that he already ran on another team, right?
Mhm.
So if me knowing you made this pick because you are knowing that Daniel Jones is going to continue the other half of the same script that was ran in New York, and he's going to turn back into the pumpkin, no longer be in the carriage
Yes.
story. And me knowing you picked, all right, if I'm the coach, let me go ahead and have a backup plan because I've already got suckered into the money. We're just going to have to just eat it and just trade Daniel Jones in the offseason. Am I correct?
Yes. 100%. It's just if Daniel Jones plays like Daniel Jones, I guess your options can't be Riley Leonard or Grandpa Rivers after that. Like Garrett Nussmeier is a project. He may not be a starter in the NFL, but there's I think starter potential there. And you have to have a backup plan. Like Daniel Jones can't be able to hold you at gunpoint anymore.
Oh my goodness.
So giving them another option after they stupidly gave up their firsts and then paid Daniel Jones.
The crazy part is you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's the first pick.
Yeah. And look, if they had a first, I wouldn't take Garrett Nussmeier in the first round. But a second round pick, Garrett Nussmeier is arguably a second round pick anyway. It's not even that much of a reach.
You need some insurance, dog. You need some insurance. Oh my God, dog. I was like, when I saw that, I said, "Oh, that was Randy doing Randy shit." Because he's waiting for that other shoe to drop. Damn it. He's waiting for the other shoe to drop. And you know what? I don't blame you for waiting for that other shoe to drop. It's because we've seen the other half of that story. So we've seen one foot already drop of this story. It's another foot, y'all.
Yeah.
And it's going to soon drop soon.
It was already dropping. He was already playing worse. And people revisionist history like to be like, oh, he was great until he got injured. No, he wasn't. He was asked from the Steelers game on, and then he got hurt. And he was awful in the Rams game in week 3 before that, but y'all forgave that. Also, just because Keldrick Falk is, I guess, another hot take one. I'm very low on Keldrick Falk. He feels a lot like the Michael Williams, Shamar Stewart trap from last year with the guy who has no pass rush production, and they're hoping that he's going to get it just because, he's tall and, has long arms and shit. He has an 11% pass rush win rate. He had 2 sacks last year. I know that a lot of people are mocking him as a first round guy. That's changing around a lot. I think he is a second round guy. I think Shamar Stewart was at a second round guy at highest last year. And I think I've been vindicated in that because he was awful when he was on the field. Michael Williams, I think, was a second round guy, and same deal entirely. But I think if any team makes sense to take him, it would be the Panthers in the second round because they already got their outside linebacker in Jaden Phillips. They still have Nick Scorton, who was good last year. They have Princely Umanmielen that they drafted last year to be a pass rushing outside linebacker. They're going to be running a 3-4 set, and Keldrick Falk's best usage at the next level is probably going to be a run-stopping defensive end in a 3-4 set with outside linebackers rushing the passer around him.
That's right.
And they had the worst run-stopping percentage of any team, so they could use the run defense. They had the worst run defense ever the year before.
Yeah, but that makes him a specific gadget player on defense.
Yeah, exactly. It's a limited role, but he is a really good run defender. So if you're willing to prioritize run defense, for a team that was the worst run defense team, it makes sense. It's just not first round value.
I hear you. Because you plug a hole. It's just like damn, man. Like if I'm gonna plug a hole, I hate to waste a first or a second just for a specific hole plugger when I can get a guy that's versatile that can plug multiple holes. That's
Exactly.
that's what a guy that I usually want when I'm in the first and second rounds is a multiple plug filler, not just one specific one. But I get it. I understand the meaning, but yeah.
No, exactly. But that's why he's going relatively low for me. It's like all the really good pass rushing guys, with the exception of Height, who went later because he's like 220. But like, so a bunch of the real pass rushing edges went before him. So it's just like, well, he's the next edge up, and you can use him for run defense only because you have outside linebackers.
Because that 220 at edge, man, you better be quick as a hiccup on that snap.
And he was productive in college. It's just
that's fair, but this is NFL, and we talking about tackles that move like Trent Williams that will throw you out the club, bro.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Right. Exactly.
Move, sir.
Yeah, and it was Dennis Sutton and Height. Those were the two edges that went after him. But like, he went a lot lower than most people. But is my point.
No, I got you. No, I thought that was a solid mark. Obviously, the questions that I had to ask, I asked. So that's all. But I think that was a solid.
And then that would mean that the Steelers end up with 2 seconds and a third after that, and so they can
draft compensation you got right there.
So they can use that to trade up for a quarterback next year.
Yeah. So hey, that's actually a win for Pittsburgh. Drafts in the city, you have a solid draft, and you get compensation for next season. I think that's a win.
Yeah. I feel like they should have. If they wouldn't be in purgatory if they had tried this any one of the years that they decided to be 9-8.
No, but the NFL has some other things they got to worry about besides the draft. And thank you for doing that, Randy. Man, great mock draft that you had right there. So good stuff right there.
Would you be happy if the Chiefs ended up with those three? Lane, Sadiq, and Young.
Oh, definitely, because I figured that the Chiefs were going to go more defensive on this draft anyway, and because there's the biggest needs that they pretty much filled was Kenneth Walker, obviously, and then they did go out and get some deep tackle help. The guy from the Patriots that they got to help Chris Jones in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They got Gilman from the Ravens. He's familiar with Tranquil, the linebacker, and they played together in LA when they were both on the Chargers. We brought back Tyquan Thornton, which was key in my opinion. Obviously,
he was really good last year. Showed a lot of potential.
Oh man, a deep threat, still relatively young. He's like 24, 25 still, and been in the league for a couple of years. So he's technically the veteran in our wide receiver unit. And he's 5. So, and then obviously, I just think going defensive was obviously a no-brainer. I wouldn't even have mind had you had Caleb Downs to us, to be honest.
Okay.
Because he's versatile. I mean, what can he not do? And then it's just with Sadiq falling to 29, man, he falls to 29. That's a godsend. Because me and my homie even had us mocking, had him picking him up after a couple of trades, picking him up around 15, 16.
Yeah. It's just I just didn't know what other team would be prioritizing tight end that high. Like the Vikings and the Eagles were the two that I saw get him a lot. Panthers also, but Vikings brought back TJ Hawkinson.
They did.
Eagles brought back Dallas Goedert, and I think Mitchell Evans, the tight end from the Panthers, was graded pretty high. I just don't know if any of those teams would choose tight end at that point. So it's just like, well, the Chiefs are the tight end team.
Oh yeah. And look, I know a lot of people say don't take a tight end at 9. I wouldn't even been mad if you had him mocked at 9 because I mean, if Pitts goes at 8 when he did a couple of years ago, and I'm like, you see, and I think a lot of people are having that bias where, well, that's why you don't pick a tight end that high because you should look at what Kyle Pitts did. And I don't know if Sadiq is going to have a similar trajectory as Pitts, but
no, it's true. And there have been, I knew I cut you off, and then we kind of went into this, and we'll talk about what we were about to transition to. But I mean, Brock Bowers, Colston Loveland, and Ty Warren all ended up being huge hits. Is Sadiq going to be like them? I don't know, but all of those guys helped their offense tremendously. I know that I was kind of banging the table. One of my draft misses was failing the Raiders for taking Bowers instead of Fuaga because they still need a right tackle and they could have addressed it there. The Saints immediately took him after. But Raiders fans are pretty happy that they have Bowers now. And I think the Chiefs would be really happy with Sadiq. And Kelsey running 12 personnel with those two. That's nice.
I'll take that in a heartbeat. Like, come on. You want 12 personnel with that? Because, like, and you can't tell me, like, that you're Kenyon Sadiq. Like, you're geeked to learn from Travis Kelce. Like, come on, man. You're learning from probably one of the best.
Yeah, at least a top 3 ever.
Ever. And y'all, come on. That'd be lovely. That's a great situation to come into for sure. But NFL got a problem, man. And I talked about it on this podcast, I think about a week ago, if not a week and a half ago, about the ref situation. And when it comes to this ref CBA, because fact of the matter is Randy, I said it last week, and I'm saying it again. We did look. I know there's some talking heads just calling the refs greedy, and I don't care. Pay them. Do you remember the last time we had replacement refs in the NFL in 2012? It didn't go so well.
Did not go well.
It did not go well. All right. And that was the cream of the crop that you had of replacement refs. That was the best you had. And it did not go well. So here's my thing. When you are a sports entity that makes that much money, pay them, because it's a kick in the bucket to you. It's nothing to you. Because right now, the max that you're paying some of these refs, the tenured refs, at max, they may make $230,000 per season. And for regular common folk like me, that's good money. So if you need some replacement refs, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I'll take those 6 figures real quick for that 5-6 months of work. Let's go. Let's go. So holla at your boy. You need a replacement ref. All right. I've been in the gym. All right. My win. I mean, I smoke a little weed. I don't test with that no more, right? But then, like,
I can run on the field, raise my arms quick, and then run back. Yeah.
I'm ready. So you need to holla at your boy. But here's my thing, Randy. So what if they want more money, and the max that you're paying for some of these guys is 200-something thousand, and they want more? I mean, okay, so what? You got to go up to 300,000 or 400. Who cares? You make damn near $500 billion in profit per year. Why are we in a stalemate crying about what are we paying the refs? So what, they getting greedy? I hate to tell you this, NFL, they are part of the game, whether you like it or not. And guess what? They affect so much of the game, whether you like it or not. So I want the best officiating the game. Are they going to be human and make mistakes? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I do not want that travesty of that replacement refs again. I can't do that. You know why? Because that was 2012. We are in 2026. You know what's more prevalent now? Gambling. It's too much on the line for you to be playing around with these ref shit Just pay them. It's a kick in the bucket. It's nothing to you. Your pockets are too deep to worry about paying them. Pay them. This is where we're at. This is asinine to me. This is absolutely a travesty that you're going to affect so much that comes with the outcome of games because you are too stubborn to just pay the refs. When you do so much as an NFL to give the middle finger to so many people, matter of fact, you give the middle finger to the players every year in the CBA because you got so much control of that whole CBA. All right, you give the middle finger to the fans because you say, I don't care what we do, whether it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, don't matter what time of the day it is, you're gonna sacrifice something to watch our product. We don't care how you feel about political views and where we stand. This is where we stand. You're still gonna watch our content. You give us the middle finger every year and we still watch your shit. It's just like, come on. Don't give the middle finger to this. All right. Let us have something, damn it, because I do not want my parlay going to shit because some replacement ref fucked up my parlay.
That's true. And I mean, it's also a good point to bring up the gambling because I don't know what kind of checks they're going to be doing on these replacement refs, but like you could be opening up the door to, potential people like making mistakes.
Bro, remember last time they had to excuse the motherfucker because he had his own Facebook profile of old just fandom of Saints shit everywhere. You know what game he was refereeing? A Saints game.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a conflict of interest here.
Exactly. And I mean, the refs are bad enough as it is. We don't need them getting worse. And we also kind of, as football fans, do get into the habit of fantasy GMing a lot. I know I do. I know you do too. And part of that is us thinking about how to not pay people. And we so often will cheer. I mean, I was just going on a whole thing about why I don't want Jeremiah Love to be making that much money on my team, right? But and there are reasons why for roster construction, the importance of spreading around resources and cap and all of that. But we get to the point mentally where we step into their heads in a fantasy way to try to underpay everybody as much as possible, and we start sympathizing with that goal. But at the end of the day, we are not billionaires. We are not team owners.
No.
And those people are so far divorced from us, and they are actively trying to screw players and refs and employees and everyone they can, including us, to get as much money as possible. Their goals are not the same as our goals.
No,
and so if they're going to screw up the fairness of their own game just to save some money, we should push back on it.
Yes, exactly. At some point, we have to push back and say, what the this for me, this is the one that we push back on. Because if it wasn't an element of the game that wasn't important, then I wouldn't give a damn. But referees are just too important to the game. They're just too involved. They're too integrated in what the game is about. Somebody has to officiate this shit, man.
Some of the biggest moments in NFL history were the result of ref screw-ups. Imagine if the Patriots-Rams Super Bowl hadn't happened because
they didn't do the actual fumble.
Right, Saints fans with the pass interference call.
Yes. Yeah,
right. That's one of the most notorious moments in NFL history, and it is the reason why we ended up not getting Brady versus Breeze. So there are so many moments like that. Refereeing is so important to the history of the NFL game. People's contracts are affected by it. If you win or lose a certain amount of games, your contract is affected by that.
Oh, you're right.
Your resume is affected by that. And if your resume is in some way worse because a ref fucked up, you should be furious about that. Because the good ref wasn't paid.
You got these old bozos who was so out of shape, he was 20 yards behind the damn play, couldn't even get a right angle at it, and can't make a red call.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like, don't get like, and look, like I said, there's some people who are calling their refs greedy. I'm just more like, so they we do understand that the NFL, because the Packers are a public trading, they're a public trading entity in the NFL. They have to publicly show their funds, their revenue that they make. So we see what you make per year as an NFL. Like, those are public information. Like, yes, NFL is a private entity and they don't have to share their funds, but no, because the Packers are public, we see the money that's flowing. We see what you're breaking down per team of the revenue share per year. They are eating. You dog.
Yeah, no, Comrade Green Bay with their socialist NFL team project is really giving us an in-look on the profits and the funds and how what all the other NFL teams are also doing.
Randy, the NFL has the biggest fly swatter in the world in their hand, and this ref CBA is the fly. All they got to do is swing the shit. That's it. And they can make this go away. But like you said, these are billionaires who are far removed from us. But one thing I do know about billionaires or motherfuckers like that got money, because I spent my time in a few country clubs. All right. People that have country club memberships, they got money. Whether it's new money and they just got it and they want to be flashy, be part of the social life, the elitists, and join the country club. Or you got the motherfuckers that's part of the city that got old money. It's been passed down. They got a name that's pretty much, you probably drive on it every day. On the way to the country club, they got old money. All right. So I've seen all types of money at a country club. You know what they have in common, Randy?
What?
Those motherfuckers are cheap. They will penny pinch every damn thing. And guess what? The mindset that they do, how they live by, they treat their businesses that make them the money that made them rich. They treat it the same way. This is no different. So you got to push back and say, hey, I get you want to save your money because you want more money in your pocket because that's what you are, you rich, filthy bastard. I understand that. Yes. But come on now. Don't soil your product with this small problem right here. And now you're big. Because because Randy, they gone out and already assembled replacement refs. And they're already going to begin to train them once the CBA, which they think is not going to get reached in time of the expiration. And so they're already going to be spending money to fix a problem that you can already fix.
Yeah, no, and like to your point, like people calling the refs greedy, like, well, everyone in every situation is greedy. It's about everyone is self-interested at the end of the day. The point is that when you have two people with opposite interests trying to negotiate with each other, whoever saves more is just who had more leverage. It's not like right or wrong. They're fighting out to save their own money versus make their own money. And if you have alternatives, then you have leverage. If there's a big public outcry for you to come back, you have leverage. And that's it. It's the same thing with the businesses versus unions. It's all the same. It's two parties just negotiating for their own self-interest. The referees aren't any greedier than the billionaires. Like, they want as much money as they can make. The billionaires want as much money as they can save.
Yeah.
But and the refs, but it's all propaganda from the owners that all we fans eat that shit up. That players, if they ask for a certain amount of money, they're greedy. The college players in NIL, they're greedy. The refs are greedy. Anyone who wants to take their profits away, the fans should hate them and be mad at them because they're the ones that are greedy. When in reality, everyone's just looking out to get as much or save as much as possible. But you're the one that has all of it.
No doubt, no doubt. But I just don't want these buffoon owners to absolutely think and try to diminish the value of the referees to the game. All right, because you already do it enough to the players, which is asinine because they are the content, which is not the owner's fault that the players haven't figured it out. That's another topic for another day.
No.
In which I've beaten that dead horse. The players haven't figured out their fucking value. If you just come together and just realize the power that you have, if you just revolt, ask NFL, come on, NFL players, ask NBA, ask your MLB friends what the power you have when it comes to a lockout. Matter of fact, why don't you ask the ladies who did win? All right, as we transition from the refs trying to get what they want from a CBA, this CBA situation hasn't been ratified yet, but the ladies won. I know a lot of people looked at what the percentages that they got. Oh, that's still low money for professional league. Look, the WNBA has been around for 28, 29 years, and these players had never seen this type of money. And the fact that they were able to negotiate a revenue share from, I think it was like 8%, 9% to 20, 21%, I believe. They were able to increase the pay raises, get some max value. So like Asia Wilson could max out at like a $1.5 million player, I believe, or something like that. They raised the minimum salary, so they got a lot of things. I know it looks low to a lot of people, but from what they got, what they started with, right now, it's progression. And we got to understand, like, this league is still 25, 26, 27 years old. Like, imagine what it was for the NFL players, all right? What they make now, the league's been 103 years old. So, realistically, WNBA is still kind of in its real infancy stage. You know, like if you break it up in quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, like they just really kind of coming out of their first quarter, stepping into the second quarter stage of their life as a sports entity. So that's when you're still kind of working out kinks and you start seeing progression. So it's a win for the ladies. And if you ask me, this was a lockout that needed to happen more for the WNBA that needed to not have a lockout, I should say. So excuse my word choice. The lockout was avoided, helped the WNBA more, in my opinion, because when you are having these announcements of expansion teams, TV deals, you got an expansion draft coming up that you got to get ready for, and you announce it every year, city after city, getting teams. You just announced Houston's going to get their franchise back, and you're announcing this, that, and another. So as a player, you're seeing money pop up every now and then. And our CBAs that expired, okay, well, it's time to come up off the loop. You got to. The powers, because that means the content is popping. We are the content. Unlike NFL players, they understand their value and said, no, we willing to sit out. And we cannot act like, I know y'all can poo-poo on women's sports all you want, but in basketball world, these ladies got other options, not named the WNBA. And a lockout would kill all of that momentum for the WNBA. Would absolutely halted that. then it would have devalued all that shit that you just built up. It would have devalued it. So a lockout would have absolutely killed that shit, derailed all that progress, but the ladies had other options. And hey, this was a win for the women. WNBA smartened up, and unlike they said, "All right, yeah, we hear you. Yeah, all right, yeah, we'll give you your progression you want." They still got a lot of control. Still getting 80% of the revenue.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're not going to starve.
No, not gonna hurt. It's just they just gave up a little bit more just to make sure that they keep the train rolling. Now that when we talk about business move, this is the business move when you say, "Hey, do you sure we want to kill the money train just for a little bit of money when we about to print money?" Because now, you know who's involved? ESPN. You know who owns ESPN? Disney. You know who owns damn near everything in entertainment? Disney. A lot of their money. A lot of it. A lot of money. So, hey, WNBA commissioner and their board of trustees, owners, smarten the hell up and said, "All right, let's not be foolish now."
Yeah, I know, and good on the women for winning that. Good on them for that fight, and showing, like you said, like other players in other leagues now have this as an example, because like this was the most uphill. These were the people who were bringing in a lot. I mean, it was obviously like starting to go on the upswing, but of all the big leagues, this was one of the ones that players had the least leverage in, and it just due to the decreased demand for it in comparison to like the NFL. But they did it, so it's I think it can be a good example for players in other leagues, like you said with the NFL, of how much leverage you actually have.
It's just them. No, Randy, it's no other leagues. It's just them. It's just them. We've seen it in the NBA. Ain't never been scared to lock out. Major League Baseball players ain't never been scared to lock out. Matter of fact, he got a situation in the upcoming few seasons that they got a CBA that they got to take care of, because the owners want a salary cap. So they got a situation that got to, and guess what? Don't be surprised if there's a lockout, because them players and them player unions from the MLB ain't no punch, and they ain't scared to walk away from no damn. Hey, we'll walk away for a diamond. Go ahead, put a lock in the chain on the motherfucker then. They ain't never been scared. I'm telling you. Hockey. We just seen a lockout in NHL hockey. All right, it's only the NFL players,
and they're the ones that have the best argument for making more. Like, absolutely, they give themselves CTE. They have the worst injuries of anybody.
Oh, that's the problem. See, Randy, that's why we do this. All right, that's why we the Taco Tuesday crew, because you get what I've been trying to tell these buffoons. You gonna risk your life, your body, your mind, 18 games, sometimes 20 plus to win a championship, and you ain't got the audacity to take care of yourself, not only during but post career. This is what the CBA is for. It's to take care of you, to make sure that, hey, in case something happens to me, I make sure that I made enough money to make sure that I can do something secondarily post NFL, that I can do something after football. If this game is taken away from me, I need to make sure that, hey, medically, my brain ain't no fucking scrambled eggs. Like, come on. For me, that's the biggest thing that really pisses me off about that is I don't think they really taking this CTE shit serious enough to understand that, hey, these motherfuckers are still making so much money hand over fist. We need them to put that money towards making sure our brains ain't scrambled eggs, bro. How do we avoid this? Or how can we decrease it? How can we take care of it? How can we medically, throw something to help us? How can we therapeutic something? We got to do something because now we having too many players post career, during career. We just lost Rondale Moore, and I'm not saying that CTE related, but we losing people over probably some shit that's mentally related.
It was the Cowboys player.
Yeah, Nealon. And whether you want to equate the two, CTE or mental illness or whatever, it's something we don't know because obviously, unfortunately, we can't.
We can't evaluate him now. I mean, they could do brain scans and stuff.
Now, I'm saying we can't evaluate it until motherfucker gone.
Right,
so
exactly.
It is like we got to find a way that we can. Why do we have to wait to evaluate somebody for something that?
I mean, you could do brain scans on people while they're alive, but it's usually they wait until they're dead to do it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like look. I love football, but I understood what it took to play at the highest level, not only collegiate, but NFL. So I wasn't going to play football past high school. All right. And I knew what it took. And I knew what the toll it took on your body. I knew I knew all the dangers that come with. You got to be a mentally different type of cat to play football in the collegiate NFL. You really do. All right. You just you got to be on a different mental brainwave, and sometimes that may not necessarily mean a good thing, because it'll fuck you up, man. Football's crazy, so I don't understand how you don't understand your power. What these ladies did, and they smartened up, and I mean, because it's like, bro, you can't sit here and see all this money getting made and we ain't getting none of it? Huh? Now, I ain't the most business savvy motherfucker, but that one and that one ain't equaling in two. That looking like an 11 to me. What's going on right now?
I don't get it, but I mean, I think we'll see it at some point. The leagues are moving more and more in that direction. Obviously the NFL has fought the hardest to stay the way that they have been, but I mean, the NBA, just as an example, is like almost entirely just run by the players. Like the owners and coaches get pushed around. Like we're just going in that direction. And I think that the NFL eventually will. They'll eventually have to, because, you can't have the NFL without the players.
No, and trust me, just as much as I don't want no replacement refs, I sure as hell don't want no replacement players.
Yeah.
If I want to watch the UFL, I go watch that, and I really don't watch that. Yeah. If I want to watch some damn Arena Football League, then I go watch that, and I really don't watch that. So, yeah,
I don't want Rick Mahams to show up with fake curly hair doing a fake curl.
Yeah. I don't need no Leon Sandcastle. So I don't know. Let's CBAs. Let's take it. First of all, similar to business. When I always say that sports is a microcosm of life in our society, this is similar to all type of business. Hey, take care of your people. If you take care of your workers, they take care of you. We'll put more money in your pocket. I swear we will. You take care of us, we'll take care of you. Mm-hmm. All right? And it'll turn into a good cycle where everything just turns on the good hamster wheel. But you just keep feeding the scraps. Well, we ain't gonna stay on this hamster wheel forever. And we're more likely to revolt and turn this hamster wheel up. We gonna set it on fire. So
yeah, and they make a lot of money with a flaming business. But I mean, So we transitioned a little bit into the NBA there at the last minute. Do you want to transition into talking about the NBA playoffs?
Let's because believe it or not, we are in April now. Well, on the East Coast now, but you know what that means? Playoff seating. Teams are starting to clinch their spots.
The Knicks just clinched in the last game before the monstrosity that just happened before I got on. I got online, but the last game we clinched our playoff spot.
I know you got it in front of you. Go ahead and break the rest of the start with the East. Go with the rest of the seasons and how's it starting to shape up.
Let me pull it up. So right now the East Pistons are still in first. Celtics are in second. Knicks third. We believe we're the only teams that have clinched so far, and then Cavs 4, Hawks 5, Raptors 6, and then the play-in teams 76ers, Magic, Heat with the second greatest scorer of all time, Bam Adebayo, and the Charlotte Hornets. As of right now, that's the standings for the East. And the West, we got still in first OKC Thunder, San Antonio Spurs in second, your Lakers in third, Denver Nuggets in fourth,
Woo!
Timberwolves in fifth, Rockets in sixth, and then the play-in from the West is Suns, Clippers, Trailblazers, and Warriors.
Hey,
The Lakers were pretty shaky for the first half of the season, but they kind of went on a heater.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Lakers as of right now?
I mean, you know, they gonna make it cute, make it interesting, but you know, they ain't gonna win no championship.
No faith in your team.
No, because at the end of the day, Luka is still he's still going to be always be a liability on defense. So if at all costs I'm getting my best and my second best scores on him, and if they on him and I see it at every time, I'm going right after him, and I'm forcing you. Hey, do I take the guy that can easily score 50 points? Do I take him off the floor because this man is getting me killed because he's giving up another 50 on the other end? I'm gonna make you find a way to hide him on defense. I'm gonna force you to coach. Because the more you keep him the liability that he is on the defensive side out there on the floor, the more I'm gonna keep attacking his ass with all my scores. And I'm gonna draw it up. I'm gonna attack looking and make you make a damn decision. What you gonna do with him? Because he's killing you on his defensive. Yeah, you better hope he's on tonight. Because you better justify why he's giving up 50. You better justify it. I'm gonna make you justify it if I'm a coach. So I don't. And then at that point, I'm not gonna fake the funk neither. LeBron at this point in his career, he ain't been playing defense for the last 5 years.
Nah, he hasn't.
So
Austin Reeves isn't giving you much on defense. DeAndre is your best defender right now.
So DeAndre Ayton got to play Superman on the defensive side. Nah.
I mean, based off this standing right now, if everything were to stay the same, you would be going against
Houston.
Yeah, Houston, which is a loaded defensive squad. How do you see yourself in that matchup in that kind of series?
Well, if you ask me, I don't know what it is. I kind of think Houston kind of underachieving this year.
I think so too. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's been kind of weird with them. I know their shooting isn't great outside of KD, so that's probably the biggest issue for them right now. Like, I mean, they brought in KD to be their shooter because they don't really have much outside of him.
I think
defense is loaded.
Oh, we're not worried about the defense. We're worried about, okay, so if KD goes cold,
Right.
what if KD has those? Because we've seen KD go 7 for 21, 7 for 23 before, and can't hit the backside of a barn.
Yeah, I mean, it's the outside. It's the opposite problem that the Lakers have. It's an offensive team versus a defensive team.
So at that point, it is going to be a stalemate, and who's going to show up that night? And my problem is with Houston is that I don't think they really kind of shored up that Fred VanVleet injury. That's kind of showing himself this year. I know Fred's a little bit up there in age, but I love what he brings with the consistency that he did at point guard. But that's just me personally. I just kind of think that injury showing himself this season. But other than that, I would favor Houston because for me, I still can take a whole bunch of good defenders and shut down a one-trick pony scorer in Luka, aging guy, and LeBron, who as much as he wants to say he can still hit that switch, you're still 41, and asking him to. LeBron days of carrying been done. So if Luka is shut down by a good defensive team, and you guys LeBron to carry, his carrying days are done. He's not supposed to be carrying no more. That was the point of bringing Luka in.
Yeah.
Like LeBron of scoring 40 plus and taking over games, and I'm not saying that's not possible, because in today's game, and it's definitely possible, but not when you got an elite defensive team, not just defensive players, defensive team.
I mean, Luka got brought into this team where it was supposed to be like a unit with him and LeBron, and meanwhile, Luka's had the highest usage rate of any player in the NBA for years. He still does. He's taken shot attempts over the past, I think, 2 months than LeBron and Austin Reeves combined have.
Yeah.
So it's also the heliocentricity is also not going to be great for a team like a loaded defensive team like Houston, because there are so many people you can, like, it's going to be him. He's the one taking the shot most of the time. So like you know who to assign your guy on. Like I just don't. Yeah, I mean I agree. I don't think that it's a winning system.
Yeah. Rest of the West, I am kind of Phoenix is being scrappy. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Phoenix is being scrappy, but like I don't know. I think Brooks, I believe, is still injured. I don't think if they make it out of the play-in, they're getting like immediately eliminated. I don't see them. I think their matchup would be the Clippers. I don't think they're winning against the Clippers.
Here's one.
So they sweep them.
Here's my question for you. With Golden State as a 10, as of right now, playing 10, they get booted out. At some point, what are we doing here?
It's tough.
What are we doing here in Golden State if they don't get out this plan? What are we doing?
It's tough here? Because like the answer would be to trade Steph. The answer would be to trade Steph and Draymond. I don't know what kind of trade value they have at their age.
Well, Steph would definitely have the higher, obviously.
Of course, between the two of them. But like, how many more years is he even going to be a player? Like, the only teams that'd be looking at a player that makes sense are the ones that are like contenders pushing, like the same way that KD was added to Houston, right? Like a contender who's a loaded roster who just needs him, Steph, as shooting, playmaking. Like you're adding him for that specifically. but for a team that doesn't really have much of that now and is otherwise loaded and is ready to make a final push for the ring and then is going to settle again. I don't know who that is.
I don't know. I'm with you. I can't. I don't have a team in mind. But Steph Curry would literally have to go to the front office and say, "Hey, man, it's been a great ride, but enough is enough. Like, get me out of here. Get some value for me. Rebuild." And
do you think he'd do that though? Like, does he
well,
have any motivation to not ride in the sunset at Golden State? I think the team would have to be the one to make that push.
I think the team would definitely let him ride off to the sunset.
Let him, sure. Yeah, I think the question is just if you're doing what's best for the team long term, you have to trade him, and you probably have to do it soon because he's a
they should already done it. They should have, Randy. They should already done it.
I know, but I'm saying like now.
But my thing is they've already shown that the deep loyalty to majority of the people that were part of that dynasty. They've shown the deep loyalty to Steve Kerr. They gave him all autonomy. They pretty much have so much say in how the organization runs, and he can act like, oh, we got general managers for them. No, bro. Like, Steve Kerr, you got some pull in that front office, bro. I ain't fooled by it. All this mumbo jumbo you say in the media. You got some pull because you used to work in the front offices and you know how the front offices work. So come on. This is what I hate. And this is what some of these other places ain't going to do. When I know something is what it is, don't tell me it's not that.
Yeah.
All right. Steve Kerr, you used to run front offices. You forgot that we know that you were part of some of those organizations. You were part of the damn San Antonio organization and helping build what they were doing post your playing career. We know what's up, bro. We know. So when we know that you know how front offices work in the NBA, and you didn't become a coach of a dynasty in your John Gruden type of way because you took over a team that was real good and you just shoot in and start winning championships. We know what's up, bro. We know that you got some pull in that front office because you know how it runs and you know how to work it. I'm not an idiot. Like, don't see, that's the shit I be talking about. When you try to paint me like I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot. And come on, Steve Kerr. Don't fool me, bro.
I just looked at the rankings and I looked at which team. I was trying to imagine which team would be a good fit to make a trade for someone like Steph Curry. Do you know what I thought of? The Pistons. I think that they are the perfect fit if some team were to make a trade for Steph. They are in the perfect position to trade for an older player to make a final push because they're a contending team. Their biggest weakness has been shooting because Cade has basically had to be everything on offense.
That's crazy. That'd be a crazy scenario.
So now you have Steph and Cade shooting together. You have the defensive support depending on who or what you trade around them. So that way Cade and Steph don't have to be the primary defenders. So yeah, I mean, like you'd have Steph and Cade to guard. Cade wouldn't have to do everything himself. His efficiency would go up because he's sharing the ball with Steph.
And just the fear of having to guard Steph. Like, you would still give him the respect of namesake, not even until you physically can see what he can still do. You would just give him that respect off a namesake, and that would ease up a lot of pressure off of Cade.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think of any team to be willing to trade for a player that's over 35 now, they're a team that I think makes sense to do that.
Okay.
I don't know what they give for it, but
hey, I don't hate that. That's a nice little cooking you did right there. I see what you did right there. I see what you did right there. No, that's dope. But no, and then I mean, the rest of the West, I mean, I am kind of shocked Portland's kind of hanging around in there and they're playing, but obviously, if they make it out, they're not gonna make no noise. I mean, the West is the West. I love seeing the Spurs. Nothing's bad. Hey, we get Spurs. We get OKC in the finals. If we get that,
That's gonna feed families, bro.
what?
Spurs and OKC together,
What?
Western Conference Finals. It's gonna be sick.
Sign me up, bro. Sign me and I don't care. I don't care if y'all got to make some foolish calls. You make sure they get to 7. You make sure it gets to 7.
Yeah,
I don't
For
care.
sure.
Somebody got to make the call in Vegas, New York. I don't give a damn. Make sure they just get to 7. I need 7. All right. I need 7 Spurs on the Western Conference Final. Book it. All right. Book it. All right. That's it. If I don't get that, one of them two have failed me at epic proportions, and I will make sure that I will flame you on this show. So, yes. If Spurs and Thunders, y'all don't get to the finals, Western Conference Finals, one of y'all getting flamed on here. So,
yeah. And I mean, like we've seen, they've had multiple matchups, and the Spurs have had the upper hand against them in, I think, the majority of them now. So I mean, the Spurs could easily end up. Wemby and the Spurs could end up making the finals after one of the quickest rebuilds we've ever seen.
Oh my gosh! Well, it's a quick rebuild because it does help when you have an alien like Wemby that's part of that quick rebuild. I mean, my goodness, we talked about it. I think it was last week about the MVP conversation. Yeah, look, hey man, if the man is playing ball like that, he's a second seed, and we can't act like that's never helped having a good winning record to help your MVP case.
Right, being the best defender in the NBA by a mile, plus arguably a top 10 offensive player, and having the best on-off splits of anyone in the NBA.
We're talking about the best two-way player in the world right now, guys.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, like he certainly has a case for it. I don't know if he's my number one choice, but he has a case for it.
Hey man. End of the day.
And also, I would be thrilled if the Spurs were the ones to be in the finals, specifically because the Knicks have a winning record against them.
I hear
And
you.
we had their number in the NBA Cup. We had their number when we stopped their winning streak earlier in the season.
Hey, Randy.
They're a good matchup for us.
Randy. All I'm gonna say is my dog. And I'm not trying to put this juju on you, dog. All right.
Don't put it. Take
No,
that juju back, damn it.
Not because you know I got mad love for you, dog. Look, all I'm saying is that, bro, be careful, man. All right, because the sleeping giant in Boston is finally woken up. All right, Tatum's back. All right, Jalen, you know he's doing his thing. Hey, be careful, man. All right.
I mean, Tatum hasn't been playing like Tatum.
He got to get back in. He got to get back in shape, man.
But that's my point. We've already beaten the Celtics, a much better Celtics than the one we're going to be facing in the playoffs, with Tatum fully healthy. Drew Holiday. And also shout out to Drew Holiday, by the way, since we were just talking about the Trailblazers, really helped turn that team around.
Yeah.
Getting them frisky. I've always thought that he was an underrated player. But you know, they had Drew Holiday. They had Porzingis for like 15 games or whatever. They had they had a better team. Tatum fully healthy, all of that. And we beat them like that.
I hear you.
Now they don't have some of those guys, and Tatum is also hurt. We're coming back from an injury and not playing like Tatum.
I hear you.
So if we could beat him before, with us also being a better team, a deeper team, with Grand Theft Alvarado, with the ascension of Tyler Kolek.
Hey, just so you know, Omar, he's saying championship. He's a Celtics fan, so
No, I mean, we saw what happened last time, so we're gonna see it again.
Hey, look,
If y'all even make it that far.
what's crazy about the East for me is I know a lot of people are going to look like, oh, well, look at the teams that are obviously, Detroit, oh man, Boston, like you said, the Tatum injury, blah blah blah, and a lot of people are going like, oh, well, Boston's going to be, kind of down a little bit, and here they are at 2 seed. I'm more looking at the fact who's not even in the play-in. I'm looking at Milwaukee, and here's why I'm looking at Milwaukee. Because we've had many discussions about Giannis Antetokounmpo. This has to be the nail in the coffin on why he needs to get out of Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not even making playoffs. You're not even making play-in, bro. Like, this has to be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and I mean, we could have the same conversation, like who's because I mean that's going to cost more than even Steph, considering that Giannis is younger.
Oh yeah, because he's 30 years old, and he's at least got a good solid 8 years left.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna take a haul to get him, which is my concern if it were to be the Knicks, because I know that that's what he wants. But who would be the best fit to trade for Giannis?
Blow up the roster. The best for me, the best fit for Giannis is a team that has shooters but needs an inside presence.
Yeah.
On both sides of the floor, and I'm talking about offensively and defensively.
I think your Lakers. Your Lakers do need defense, and they're always pushing for big stars.
Do we got the shoot? Well, I guess we do got the shooters with Luka and
Luka Reeves, and LeBron has become a better shooter in his later years. He's not someone to rely on, but he is a shooter.
He's not someone you rely on, but I will agree with you that he has, especially with the 3-point shot, he's gotten more efficient with it down the line. But I'm ready to move off of old man Bron. I think it's time. It's time to cut bait with the James family. It's time because it's. Besides the 2020 championship, it hasn't yielded much.
Other than ticket sales, which is an under talked about part of the reason that teams won't let guys like Bron and Steph go.
Which I understand, but at the same time, like the Lakers is such a high profile organization in the NBA, I don't think they need a LeBron for ticket sales.
Plus, they have Luka. Yeah. Who's not as big a star as LeBron, but
he's not. Right. I mean, we're talking about but at the same time, I'm willing to also give Luka the benefit of the doubt of being a European star, which is on an international level. They're going to look at that as hella love, and actually, your game's looking a little bit more international flair in that stadium. So, so Luka's reach internationally might equal, and I'm not saying that LeBron is not international, so don't mistake what I'm saying, folks, because I think we all understand that LeBron is international.
Of course. He's the biggest basketball star in the world that is an active player. But Luka, foreign players always bring a special fandom with their home country, sometimes their home continent.
Yes, you get it. And just like, for instance, in baseball, you know why they're going to push Shohei Ohtani? It's because you know how many motherfuckers are in Japan? Billions. And if they all are willing to spend all that money on some MLB memorabilia with Ohtani on the back, you know how much money the MLB just made? Billions.
There aren't billions of people in Japan, but I get your point. It's a lot of people.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of motherfuckers. There's a lot of motherfuckers. So if they all was spending their money on a certain individual, certain player, like that's a lot of money being made. So, and with a lot of fanfare in Europe that comes with following of Luka Doncic, there's a lot of motherfuckers that's going to be rocking a lot of
also
Laker jerseys. So.
Yes. Also, non-American players do have because countries other than America and some others aren't used to having those dominant international stars, when they get them, they become loyal to them. Like Luka's home country is very loyal to Luka in a way that American fans aren't always for our stars, because we're used to being the international star setters.
And whatever team Luka goes to, they a fan of that team. They was Maverick fans. They were. Laker fans now.
Yeah, exactly. Because the ones that weren't already, because those were the hats they saw.
No, without a doubt. But I mean, that's also part of that, I guess, different mindset of a lot of people generationally now. They tend to follow the player, not necessarily the teams.
Yes. Which is a very NBA thing, especially.
Yes. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, players move around so much. I guess it's in a sport like the NBA, which is always something that I guess I've personally disliked, although I understand why it happens. Because players move around so much, sometimes it just makes more sense to be loyal to a player than a team.
I'm happy for the Hornets that they're in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, they look really good. They've looked really good for a while now.
Because they just been trying and just been trying to get some of substance to be competitive, and they've been trying. And hey, looks like they we'll see what happens what they do.
One of the best shooting trios ever, like statistically, between Colin Campbell, Brandon Miller, and LaMelo Ball. Like that's
they might have.
And that's the whole point, because we've talked about like all.
Randy, are they going to have the Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, they might have the Rookie of the Year too. On top of that,
are they going to have the Rookie of the Year in Charlotte, North Carolina?
It's because Adam Silver had that whole thing. We talked about tanking a few weeks ago. It's like tanking works. Tanking just works. Like you may not like it. It may not be good for business. In the short term, it may not be good for ratings, but tanking works. You can ask Detroit, you can ask San Antonio, you can ask Charlotte.
It works, baby.
It works. The Timberwolves are good now. They've been tanking for years before that. I know my Knicks did. It took us a while to get good.
Hey, all you gotta do is tank, baby.
Yeah.
Nah, this was fun, man. I appreciate everything that you contributed to the I.O.W, man. I always appreciate you, Randy. But man, we're gonna shut down shop, close it down, man. It's some great combo tonight. But y'all know what it is.
Close it out with the Israel Adesanya.
Oh yeah, real quick. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
The losing streak he's on. I think he needs just a quick vacation.
Yeah.
A quick vacation, reset, clear your mind, find out what's important, your why on why you fight, then come back. And then go from there. Because I think he's too talented. And the way that he went out that fight, I was like, that's not Israel. What is this?
No, I agree. I think that he also needs to step away for a while, because I mean that has worked for fighters that were on losing streaks. I think that the whole Pereira thing was weird for him, because he kept losing to this guy who had his number before the UFC, and then he lost him. But then he beat him. He got over the mountain with Pereira.
Yeah.
He should have been on the mountain again. Then he had that weird shock loss to Sean Strickland. And I think since then, he has not really been the same.
Yeah.
I agree that he probably should just step away from it for a bit and then come back for a big fight. Maybe, train. I think it's more of a mental thing. Address whatever it is mentally. And then come back. Yeah. An Adesanya ayahuasca trip. Say that 5 times fast.
That might be it. But Israel, we hope you get back right. But hey, man,
my favorite fighter. So I hope to see him kicking ass again.
Oh, no doubt. I'm with you. I love him. But hey, Randy Reber, y'all can find him, Pantheon Nasty for all your audio needs on Instagram. I know where to find me. Twitter, Casey Wildcard Mar. Man, great time. Like Israel, I'm gonna go knock out. I'm gonna go to sleep. Hey man, we'll holler at y'all. Peace and love, man.
Yeah. Solid Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We